Now, Paley might retort, might reply with the following. He might say, look, evolution by natural selection is just a theory. It's not yet proven by the evidence available from the fossil record. There are lots of, many people know that there are lots of biological phenomena for which biologists don't have a complete evolutionary explanation. Take, for example, human natural language. We don't yet know how human natural language evolved. And so there are ways in which evolution by natural selection has not explained all that it purports to explain. But I would reply to Paley if I were to have a conversation with him and he were to say this. I would say that reply misses the point. And that's for two reasons. First of all, just because something's a theory does not mean it can't also be true. We've got plenty of theories, quantum mechanics, plate tectonics. They're theories, all right. They also are supported by an incredible amount of evidence. Firstly. Secondly, we don't only need to agree that evolution by natural selection is a possible account of the apparent complexity in design, as opposed to one that's, and therefore one that's not yet ruled out by our evidence so far. So there are plenty of theories from the history of science that have been ruled out as things we definitely know are not correct accounts of things. That would not be a possible challenge to Paley's explanation. But evolution by natural selection, even though it has not been completely and fully substantiated, has not been ruled out either as a non-starter type of theory in the way that many other scientific theories have been, and therefore it still, in our book, should count as another possible explanation of the complexity and apparent design in natural phenomena. Okay? So evolution by natural selection has a direct, right down the middle, so to speak, kind of challenge to Paley's argument. It says, even though it's true that positing a GCB is one possible explanation, evolution by natural selection is another possible explanation of the complexity and apparent design in the natural world around us. Therefore, if your argument for theism, for a theistic conclusion, is one that asserts as one of its premises that the only possible explanation of complexity and apparent design in the natural world is the work of a GCB, then that is just something that we can challenge. We can deny that premise and therefore claim that the argument is not sound because not all of its premises are true, firstly. Secondly, notice that even if Paley's argument were sound, it would show at most that there is an intelligent, sentient designer responsible for the creation of the world. It would show nothing about the moral attributes of that entity. So here's an image of Kronos devouring one of his children. Kronos, according to Greek mythology, is said to have created the universe, and the beginning was also the beginning of time, but was not particularly nice or pleasant. He went so far as to cannibalize his own offspring. Now, maybe Kronos was intelligent and sentient in such a way as to be able to create the complexity and designedness of the natural organic world around us. But that doesn't make him particularly worthy of a theist's worship. He doesn't have particularly good moral attributes. And therefore, even if you are Paley, you're not going to be able to prove, by means of the analogy of the watch, you're not going to be able to prove that a GCB exists. The most you'll be able to prove is that there's an intelligent, sentient designer. So that creature might not be benevolent, might not even be omnipotent, might not even be very smart. And so one wonders whether or not that creature should be worthy of anybody's worship.